A quick update on GBPUSD. And if you've been with me on GBPUSD since Monday, we'll definitely have been in profit as at this time. But a quick scenario I actually seen here where I'm thinking of an opportunity to go further down if we are permitted to. Now, from the daily time frame, definitely it's obvious that we are downtrend. We are on a downtrend. Definitely. And we have a strong impulse leg that started on the 20th of April, after which price crashed into 1.24 area. And then we started seeing a consolidation phase at this point. And this consolidation phase pronounces something that looks like an indecision phase right now, as participants in the market are still trying to figure out what will be the expectation against the following days. So now, on the daily time frame, we really don't have structures to play around with, as all we know on the daily time frame is that we are on a downtrend and we do have a, an impulse leg, a strong impulse leg, and we might be looking forward to a retracement into the golden zone area, probably around 50 to 78.6% of the previous impulse leg, after which we might see price doing a downtrend continuation. And also we also have a possibility that price can actually do, instead of a reversal pattern, a trend continuation to the downside. So now, scaling down to the 4 hours time frame, what are we going to have on the 4 hours time frame? If we go close to the 4 hours time frame and zoom in into what has been happening since the 27th of April, like I said, we have a consolidation phase which pronounces the indecision in the market right now. Though in this consolidation phase gives us a clue into what might be happening in the next couple of hours or days. Now, going close into the 4 hours time frame to that structure, let me zoom in closely into what's happening on that structure. What we'll definitely see here is that as soon as price touches this area, we have a rejection. As you can see, we have a rejection multiple times of this area. And we can see another happened on the 29th. We had multiple rejections on the 29th, and another one happened today. As you can see, that bearish engulfing candle pronouncing the strength of sellers at this point. Remember, I said we have a possibility of probably a possibility that price could break out of structure to give us a bullish momentum into a retracement phase of the previous bearish impulse like we saw on the daily time frame, or we have a continuation pattern where price crashes down. So now, with this structure at this point, the first thing we need to do is to find a key level. Considering the fact that we've been experiencing a bearish momentum, definitely a key level around 1.258 is most probable at this time. So I think 1.258 is more key, or 1.26. I think let's use 1.26. So key level at 1.26, which is also a strong psychological level. Let me place this right on the right hand side. Let's make it a little bit bigger, and then let's capture 1.26, and I think 1.26 will capture all the, okay, good. We have 1.26 now. So going forward, this key level shall be our yardstick. As we continue rejection of this key level is sending price down, and a breakout of that key level might actually send price to the upside. So now, if we look closely into what is happening, we saw that since the breakdown of that key level, we've been experiencing higher lows. As we saw, this low is actually higher than the previous, and then we have something that where the low is almost at the same level with the previous low. So with this setup on ground, we definitely have a trend line, a bullish trend line at this point. And the trend line looks like this. Give me a moment. Okay, yes. We have the trend line that looks like this, and which pronounces the uptrend tendency that we are seeing at this point. So now, is the uptrend going to hold? We don't know. Is the uptrend going to break out of structure, where we see a breakout and a retest into structure respecting the bullish trend line, then moving price to the upside? Or are we going to have a breakdown of structure? Let's go down to the lower time frame, the 1 hour time frame scale. So on the 1 hour time frame, are we going to have a breakout of structure, or are we going to have a rejection of this red bearish trend line, after which we see price crashing down the bullish trend line to a retest of that red trend line, bearish trend line, then sending price to the downside? So we have two scenarios at this point, and then we really need to be prepared to take advantage of whatever happens at this point. So in this regard, this area on this bearish bullish trend line is a very key point, where whatever happens here might determine how price is going to react going forward. Is it either up from this point, or we are going down from this point? So first of all, considering the long-term bearish momentum on this pair, the first thing I did, I placed the pending order right below structure, here at 1.24640, and I'm still holding, and I'm thinking price might still go up a little bit into this red trend line. That's the bearish red trend line, where I might be looking for a possible structure that will support a downtrend continuation, where I will probably add at a breakdown of structure to the downside, add more position to this trade. So first of all, I am holding on this structure right here, this low. I'm looking at a break below this low for my first trigger. Then if we see a stock price go up a little bit, then we might actually think of adding position if we see structures that support a trend to the downside. However, a breakout of this trend line, a retest, a breakout of key level, it's a signal of a bullish momentum that might see price do a retracement, incite a retracement into if you go to the 4 hours time frame, and I will pull out our retracement tool, we can see and run this retracement tool through this bearish impulse leg. Then we have a golden zone between 50 and 78.6%. And if we are going to draw that out, we will have something like this, and we could be having a take profit target if price go bullish. Sorry, allow me to put this in, and let's place this at the center. So okay, let's delete this. So we might be having a take profit target if buyers come in to do a retracement, after which we look for structures at this point to send price to the downside. So at this point, I would share what my expectations are for bearish momentum, because that is most visible right now, considering the long-term bearish momentum on this pair. I have a short position in the form of this, where, hold on a second, where I'm looking at a take profit target at 1.228. And why is that so? I looked at the recent impulse leg. If we scale down to the daily time, onto the 1 hour time frame, we have this recent impulse leg, where if we pull out our Fibonacci extension tool, we run through this impulse leg, this main impulse leg. We have a 127.2 and 1.4 area. So I'm looking at this area for my take profit target if price actually does a sell. at this point. So remember, I said there is still a possibility we could have a rise into the trend line where we look for structures that support a bearish continuation, where it's very likely we had more position to this trade as price goes further down. And remember, there is a possibility that a breakout of the structure could actually send price going to the upside. And if that happens, then I shall definitely do an update on what my plans are going to be like in that regard. So it's I will ensure to always keep an update in the comment section of my TradingView account at every point in time where there is a significant move or or, or a structure lining up in our favor. So thank you for watching and have a good night rest.